Hello, hello. Let me go find the comment section. If you can, let me know if I'm live. If you can, put like a zero inside the chat just to let me know that I'm alive. Okay, zero if I am alive. So, right now I'm dealing with a bit of like a cold. It's like the cold subsided, but I'm having trouble breathing fully. And I have like a little bit of a cough still. So if at any point the coughing gets too much, I'm gonna take a pause and then drink some water. But I told people inside the group yesterday that I was going to be going live, and I wanted to kind of share our mentorship student went from about $2,500 in monthly revenue to $9,100 in monthly revenue in about a little bit under 95 days. It was close to like 90, because she took like a vacation. That's funny. A lot of my best students, like, they just randomly take vacations during the program, and they end up like getting a recharge, and they kind of scale. And I was, since I'm not feeling well, a lot of people probably would not have done this. They'd have been like, no, I'm not feeling it, and then kind of go. But that's the first thing. If you want to have stuff that other people don't have, you have to do what other people won't do. It's as simple as that, right? That's step number one, okay? So let's even dive deeper. So my name is Bryce Tubbs, and I got started with my firm about 7 years ago. But back then, like, I had no confidence in myself, meaning like I would go and try and like talk to business owners, and I would just kind of revere them as like these like special people, and they were like these millionaires and deca millionaires, and it was just like, man, there's no way that I could actually be able to ever like reach up to their level, and I don't know if they would like kind of respect me. So now I'd be going to like networking events, and it would just be like, they would be there. I would kind of be sitting in my little corner because I had my, little bookkeeping and accounting business that I was trying to get started. And I'd be sitting next to guys, and they would be owning like Samsung factories. Like there was one guy who literally owned a factory in India that made like the screen protectors for Samsung. Then he had like another one had like this call center. It was just crazy, the people I was near. And that caused me really not to ask for the money that I wanted, ask for the pricing I wanted, even ask for the sale. And what that led to was me, after about 6 months of trying and doing that, I ended up going back into corporate America. And it wasn't that corporate America was terrible for me. Like, I didn't mind my job. It was just once you've tasted freedom and once you think that you can actually do something, I have the kind of personality where it's like, well, I got to do it just to kind of prove a point, even to myself and to the rest of the world. And I just started investing money in like courses and coaching, and that's really another thing that separates most people from those who like struggle. Like this individual, who went from 2,500 to 9,100. Right, a lot of people, they'd be at like $2,500 a month, and they think that they have it mastered. She was like, man, I've been here for a long time. She was at 2,500 for over like 6 years at that same level. And she was just like, man, I can actually make a go at this. Like, I can do this thing seriously. Because I told her, I was like, dude, you can be at 10K a month by now. Like, like at least in under about 6 months to a year, you should be at 10 grand a month. She said, what? I said, yeah, dude, let's do this. She was charging really, really low. And let's kind of dive into this thing. So I'm actually going to do this kind of video in two parts. So we're going to do it one as if you were just starting from scratch and how I would actually go and move and utilize. And then I'm going to talk about, highlighting the point that we just made with her story. So that way you, the viewer, can actually take what we're doing, and you can actually make a strategy from it. So number one thing, okay, if you only have, let's say, 10K in 90 days. I love that title. It's just one of the best titles ever. How to go and do that. So step number one, okay, do you have a job or do you not have a job? Okay, because those are two totally different situations that are going to allow you to do different things. For example, if you have a job, right, the biggest thing that you face is, one, your lack of time, and two, the comfort. The comfort generally tends to cause people who are still in corporate America not to really move as urgently as what they probably should in order to take their business off the ground. And they end up staying in corporate America for the next like 10, 20, 30 years, depending on how old you are right now when you're watching this. Versus someone who does not have a job, their biggest challenge is what to do with all the free time, one, how to keep calm and not be super stressed out about no money, and three, like how to move fast without being pushy. So you have to really just know who you are first off. If you don't have a job, unfortunately, you just have to punch, and you have to punch very, very hard, very quickly. Now, if you don't have a job, the fastest path to cash would be to go and get a subcontracting position with either a bookkeeper, a financial advisor, or like a CPA, or even a tax professional, someone who already is working with the clients that you're trying to serve. And the reason why I like doing this is because, one, it's really easy to sell them on letting you work for them because, one, they might see you as a person who's in need. Two, they understand the value of the work. So it's not like you have to sell both yourself and sell the value like you do when you're going to a regular like client, like a construction company, or for example. So it makes it very easy for you to be able to get a foot in the door. Now, here's one thing. If you're newer into the industry, you don't have 40 years of experience, do not go work for free, especially if you need money. Okay? Whenever someone approaches me and they say, I will work for free, all I hear is headache. Headache. I gotta train this person. I have to stop. I have to go slow down. I have to kind of baby this person. If you want to avoid that and you want more people to say yes to you, you have to come in and charge some amount of money. I generally talk about pricing when I give you guys like a pricing calculator for the students inside of my program. That way it's like you automatically know how much the work is worth, so there's never any guessing involved, and you can move forward really, really confidently. Now, how you can find them is by doing a Google search for every CPA, every bookkeeper, every tax professional in your city. Here's a mistake most people make when they try and do that. They try and cold call these people, right? And the reason why cold calling does not work if you're trying to go and get a contract or a foot in the door with anyone is because you're going to hit their receptionist. And the receptionist's job, or their office assistant, their job is to make sure that the business owner can stay as focused on the task that they need to as possible. And if you call, hey, give me some clients, they're like, F this person, hang up, click. And that happens a very lot, right? So first things first, you have to start coming and training yourself to be more open, and then start utilizing the internet more. So you can do, I would not do emails to get those subcontracting roles because that can be a little bit hard and there's a lot of rules around emailing. I would be using Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I would go on Google, find a list. Hey, this is their website, go find the owner. Okay, owner, friend request them on Facebook, friend request them on LinkedIn, friend request them on Instagram. From there, you're just going to be asked them, hey, how can I work with you? Can we hop on the phone just maybe to see if like, maybe 15, 20 minutes. Give me 15, 20 minutes of your time to see if I can help you out. Now, once you're able to do that, then you're able to go and get in the door. It's like, hey, this is how much I charge. This is what we're going to do. Can we do this thing? And a lot of times they're going to say yes if they like you. Now, a couple minutes ago I said be open. You have to become more open/friendly. I don't mean extrovert. I know there's a lot of people watching and they're like introvert and like, I'm afraid to either talk to people or I don't like talking to people. You're going to have to talk to people. You have to like build yourself up to be able to do that. Now, one cheat code you can use, especially if you're fearful of talking to people, especially people who are in a higher position in life financially than what you might be, you need to do more listening than talking. That's going to make it a lot easier for you to kind of get over your nervousness, your fear, your tension, all this different stuff that's going on in your body. Now, a good example is my student named Florence. So she got a $6,000 per month subcontract deal in 15 days of work with me. So she was basically 60% of the way to 10K per month in 15 days because she implemented this thing to the letter. Now, she actually went a lot harder than most people. Most people, they do like the bare minimum, they get rejected like one or two times, and they kind of get shell-shocked and they like disappear for like a week, right? For her, I told her immediately, like, hey, this is going to be very, very challenging. There's going to be a lot of rejection that's going to come your way. But you got to do it anyway. You have to push through that. You have to be uncomfortable. Like if you're comfortable, you're not going to grow. If you're comfortable and you have, no money in your business, or your business is not making money, or your business is only making like $3,000 a month, you're too comfortable, it's not going to work. You have to be uncomfortable, and then once you start making more money, once you're at that $15,000 a month, $20,000 per month, then you can get comfortable and kind of relax. It's a little bit different because now you have that recurring revenue. Now you have that runway. Now you have that flow. Now you can start getting referrals from current clients. But up until then, if you say the word comfort, and I'm not saying like comfort like you're never going to have any time to sleep. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying as far as you facing your fear, you're going to be afraid a lot. You're going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be scary. But that's the cool part, and that's the thing that separates most people who succeed from those who, kind of fizzle out. It's all about who are you becoming? Who are you being in that moment? Who are you becoming? Okay, so now let's go on to the next step. If you understand that step, actually put down a 1 below inside the chat. Put down a 1 if you understand this. Carolyn said, I have a job. Awesome. Great job. What kind of job do you have, Carolyn? Monica put down a 1. Good to see you, Monica. What kind of job? I'm just kind of writing inside the chat. Now, I forgot to do this in the beginning, so let's kind of do like a little bit of a roll call. So, number 1, if you're watching this baby live, please write #teamlive. Now, if you are watching this on the replay, which a lot of you guys are going to be watching this on the replay, write #teamreplay. Now, if at any time you want some help growing your business, you can either do 2 things. You can either do #connect, and I'll reach out with some information to help you out or answer some questions you might have, or there's a link inside the description above and inside the comment section that's going to let you book a call with me to see if I can help you out. On that call, we're going to do 3 very specific things. We're going to see where are you right now? Like, what is the real situation? Not what is the perceived situation. Not, what it looks like. What is actually going on? Then next, we're going to take a look at your goals and be like, okay, so this is exactly what you want in your life. This is how much time you want to spend working. This is exactly what things are going to be looking like once you reach your goal. And then once the third part is there, once we have that established, we're going to say, okay, these are the paths, these are the steps you need to take in order to reach your goals so that you don't kind of like fall in the wilderness along the way. And if it makes sense, we can work together long term inside of my private mentorship program to make sure you can go and reach your goal. Now, hopefully let's kind of get back into this thing, and I'll talk to you on the phone if this is what you want. If not, keep watching the videos. Now, going back into it, okay? So we have to make sure that you can start doing 2 things. I always like to focus on 2 paths that are almost working side by side. The first one is kind of our direct path to the market. So that's when you're talking to like the restaurant owner, you're talking to the nonprofit, you're talking to the solar company, you're talking to the photographer, you're talking to the market that's actually going to pay you, and at the same time, you're going to be talking to referral partners. These are people that's going to fuel this side. So now when you're working at both at the same time, 2 things are going to happen. 1, you're going to get leads now because you're directly talking to potential clients. 2, you're going to be able to create this almost like the source in this force, this like powerful force that is bringing clients to you, so that once you start filling up your practice, you're not going to need to do as much like just networking. Like, you're not going to have to talk to anybody after a certain point. So it's almost like you have to get uncomfortable for about 3 months to 6 months, and the leads just start coming in. Specifically for this student who got to the 9100, she was on a coaching call the other day, and she was like, yeah, I'm usually kind of grumpy because like sometimes people will call me, and I used to think that it was like just sales, like telemarketers. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I'm looking for Melissa. Is this you? And she goes, oh, I changed my voice to sit up straight, and I realized, oh, this is another person who wants to buy something from me. And it's just kind of a cool little kind of tweak. And she hasn't done any kind of marketing in the past probably month. It was about probably back in January, probably about 15, if not 60 days ago. I told her, hey, don't do any more marketing. Just turn off the marketing. Just focus on either doing calls with potential clients from your referral partners or talking to referral partners. Now, this is not for everybody. I'm not saying if you're starting, you have no clients, don't do that. But I'm saying once you start getting momentum, and once you've been doing the second path of building these partnerships and really building friendships with people who like you, it's very easy for you to start filling up. Now, another thing that's really cool about this, and the reason why she was able to get to 9100 so fast, was because she had proper expectations being set. So a lot of people, what happens is they would be able to grow their business. It's just they don't know exactly what to expect. For example, in this student's case, her name is Melissa. She had one referral partner in the first 11 days of us working together. The person referred her it was like 7 to 9 different people in the span of 11 days. And out of those first 9, all 9 of them said, just kind of ghosted. And she was like, man, oh man, I knew I was charging too much money. Man, Bryce, you gave me the pricing calculator, but it was just so much money. And I just told her, hey, relax. We knew this was going to happen. Remember, stick to the follow-up process. We have a very structured follow-up process inside of my program where it's like, okay, if for whatever reason they don't sign up, here's how you leave the door open so that they come back to you. And literally what happened was out of those first 9 people, 7 of those 9 people ended up signing back with her it was about 20 days after she first did the consultation with her. And it was just like boom, 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 boom. And it just so happened that, she lives in Virginia. And at that time, there was something really bad happened in the area. And they were just like, it just wasn't the right time. Something happened. I took a vacation, blah, 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 blah. And they all signed up. And then she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I didn't that I didn't panic." I said, "I know you didn't panic because I was sitting here on the phone telling you not to panic." And a lot of people are like, why would I ever need to work with someone like you, Bryce? Why would I ever want to work with someone like you? I can do this myself. And I'm like, yeah, maybe you could do it yourself, but I just know from experience that a lot of people, as soon as they start facing challenges, they go into panic mode. And it's almost like they're treading water and they start seeing red and they start panicking. That is your worst nightmare when you're trying to grow your business, especially if you have to go and reach a revenue goal really quickly, right? Because a lot of people don't understand. Generally, when you're starting your business, you have what's called a fuel tank. It's almost like, imagine at the top it's F, at the bottom is E. And the more time that it takes for you to start making progress, the faster this bar starts draining and starts going down. And most people, they can only handle it to where their fuel gets to about halfway empty before they just kind of fizzle out. Or they take a 6-month break here, then a 3-month break there, and they never really reach their goal because they just don't have enough time to put the reps in to talk to enough people to actually reach the goal. However, if they would just know, okay, so I understand that this thing is happening, but you can tell by the way that this person responded, or you can tell by the way this situation happened, or you can tell by the way that the people are responding to you inside of your messenger, that this is actually creating positive momentum, and it's going to take about 10 days, 12 days, 15 days before this person comes back around. And then once that happens, now your fuel gauge, instead of it going down to here, it's like, oh, and it keeps bouncing back up, and you give yourself enough time to kind of put in the reps, make the mistakes, move forward, that the results catch up with you, and then you're able to start really blasting. An old thing I used to talk about inside the mentorship program, this is specifically for a student named Eileen. We would be on the phone, and for the first 2 weeks that we were working, she was just in such a kind of a burned out state, right? Because she'd been trying to grow her business for a number of months. Then we started working together, and she was just like, "Oh my gosh, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard?" She was pretty high up in corporate America, and she had just been a 20-year career in finance and accounting. And when she tried to start a business, it was all the skills she had just weren't quite translating. It's people weren't trying to pay her the proper amount of money. And then when she did actually get people on the phone, they seemed interested. Then at the end of the call, they always was like, "Oh, I need to think about it," or "It's not the right time," or "Maybe later." And she just really needed to be able to have, 1, what is proper expectations? 2, what does it actually look like to close? So I just give you guys videos of past students on actual consultation calls, so you see what it's actually supposed to be like when you charge someone $1,200 a month. And it's just oh, that's what I'm supposed to be saying. And you can basically just implement it for yourself, and that's when your close rate starts growing. A lot of people think that for the $9,100 woman, Melissa, that it was just kind of magic. She just kind of happened. No, she had to learn how to go and get leads, but then she had to learn how to close the leads. Right now, she charges about $125 per hour. She doesn't charge hourly, but I'm saying if you were to divide how many hours she's actually working with the amount of money she's making, it comes down to about $125 an hour. So at her $9,100, she has a lot of room to breathe, and we're even putting her to the point to where now she's subcontracting out work to other students inside of the mentorship program. Now, if you were to join the mentorship program, you guys actually get to partner up with people who are bigger than you, like her. right? As soon as she's like, hey, Bryce, I need somebody to help me out. I can no longer do the work myself, or I don't want to do the work myself because I only want to work 20 to 35 hours per week. I said, okay, cool. Go talk to her. Go talk to him. Go talk to him. He's actually looking for someone to help him out. He's new to the program. He wants to go make some money really quickly. Can you help him out? Just give him some money. And it's so cool to be able to see that camaraderie within that community of people who are each trying to grow and really make each other better. Now, back to what we're talking about, okay? So how was she able to even get those referrals? So this is kind of back to what we're talking about. For her, she went and she found someone who's very influential in her local area. It happened to be a CPA who's getting ready to retire. The lady doesn't even own the business anymore. But she just had so many connections. She had been building so many relationships that every single time that CPA goes to like a networking event, or every single time that Melissa and that CPA, like I tell them to actually like meet up and go to lunch every like 2 weeks, every month, then she just gets referrals. And the lady loves her. The lady actually gave her a $6,000 a month client. It was this forensic accounting project that took it actually ended up paying like 12 grand. It was a 2 month project for $12,000. All she had to do was just go and just basically do a cleanup. And it was just really, really cool to be able to see that happening. But it was because she was really good at just making friends with people who were in higher up places, who not only had access to the people that she wanted, but she was open enough to talking to that person to start getting that person to send referrals. And that's where her business really just started skyrocketing. Just like we said, in the first like 11 days, she got 9 referral clients from that person who didn't close right away, but after that, she kept getting 1 to 2 referral calls per week. Some weeks, actually, she has about 3 to 4 people who call her throughout the week, like, hey, I need some help. Hey, so-and-so said that you can help me. Hey, so-and-so said you can help me. Hey, so-and-so said you can help me. And we're just growing and growing and growing. We're trying to help her manage that scale. And she's probably going to be at about $15,000, if not $20,000 per month within the next probably like 5 to 6 months. Probably 5 to 6. To get to 15, it'll probably take 5. Maybe 4. I don't know exactly to do another coaching call. Because after someone kind of reaches their goal, then we like to do a secondary type of like restructuring call where it's okay, this is where you are now. It's basically very similar to the first call that I was telling you guys to go book. Where it's like, hey, you were here. This was your situation before. You weren't great at marketing. You didn't know how to get people to pay you the money. You didn't know how to price your service. You didn't know how to sell. Right? And we got you to that 10K mark. Okay. Now you're at 10K. So now your main problems are going to be like, do you want to grow further? How much do you actually want to work? Do you want to have a team? Do you want to have someone do everything for you? Like, what does that look like? And that's kind of the place that she's at now. Students that are inside of this program, this is actually the mastermind version. Generally, they're going to be shooting for between 20, 30, about 40,000 a month. My top student right now is doing about $42,000 a month. He's going to be at about 50,000 within the next, probably the next like 3 months. Because he has like this really big contract that just got signed, and they're going to pay him on the 1st of March to get that started. So this is super exciting, guys. Like, let me know if this video has been helpful. Let me know if this video kind of gives you some insights into what it actually looks like to start growing your business. And if you have any questions, actually write them inside the comments. I can stick around for probably about like 2 or 3 more minutes to kind of share anything that you have a question on. Dano said, that's so awesome. The resources are everything. Dano said, that, yes, there's the magic of follow-up. Yeah, Dano understands follow-up. Dano is really great at Facebook groups. Dano, inside the comments, he's actually the person who showed me how to run this Facebook group. Because like his Facebook group has like 82,000 people inside of it. And I was like, trying to grow this Facebook group because it was just one of those things where I've never had a Facebook group before. All I'm usually using is like LinkedIn, Instagram. So I just say, hey man, how much this thing cost? I actually did his program back when he had a program about how to grow a Facebook group. That thing cost me about $5,000, right, to learn how to do it. And that just kind of goes to show, like, I eat my own medicine. If someone has a program that I think can help me out, I pay for it too. Above that, actually, there's a guy named Boole inside there. I paid him about, I think I paid him like $12,000 to show me how to run like Facebook ads. So you guys actually get to see some of my mentors inside of the chat. Cool. Thanks for coming, guys. I appreciate that. So a lot of people are like, Bryce, you have all this money. Why don't you just like retire? I'm like, why would I retire? I get to have a lot of friends. I get to help people out, and I get to kind of move people forward. What is the expectation out of your mentorship students? What level do your most successful students start? Experience level, current revenue level. It's really custom to them. Okay, I generally have two main jumping points. So the first program is more about getting you from about 0 to 3, more to 10 to 12. And the second version of the program is more from like if you're at 12, 15, maybe 18, and you're trying to really scale maybe to $30,000 to $50,000 per month. Does that make sense, Mark? Dana said, I'm so thankful for you, Bryce. Thank you for your kind words. Yeah, man. Dana says, when you invest in yourself, you invest in the service you give. Yeah, man, like this stuff is crazy. Like when you actually get really good at this stuff. Tom said, can I work under you for a start? Okay, Tom, so there's two things you just did there that was moderately good. And yeah, moderately good. So you actually took advice of what I actually said inside the video. So that's really good. Let's reach out. Mark said yes. Do you have any other questions, Mark? I think it'd be more helpful if you just book a call. I know we've been kind of playing what is that? I think we've been messaging back and forth. You got to tell me also about your eBay business and your e-commerce business, man. I'm so, that used to be my world. I used to love e-commerce. I still love it now, as you can probably tell, because I still have an e-commerce business. It's a service-based business now, but it's everything for me is with the internet. Tom said, "May I work under you in the start?" Tom, send me both a friend request and then send me a private message so we can talk and see like if there's room and like what your skill sets are. I'm going to Mark said he's going to book a call. Great job, Mark. We gotta meet, man. You're too successful for me not to meet. Yeah, I've been doing messenger tag. He says. Shen says, "I'm only on my break. I'll watch later." That's good. Awesome. Take your time. See, great. Cool, man. Also, guys, if you haven't already, go check out my YouTube channel. On that YouTube channel, like I'm dropping so many videos right now because I'm trying to just like give so much value to people. Because I know a lot of people were saying that they either ask me questions and either just get so overwhelmed that I don't answer them because I am running my accounting firm and I'm running the mentorship program. But I just decided that it's probably time for me to start doing more content. And whenever I get a question now that someone asks me, I generally will make a YouTube video about it so that you guys can start really like learning exactly what you need to do. Mark just said he just left Walmart from an inventory restock. I want to transition into tax-focused bookkeeping and accounting for e-commerce clients. They all need help. Yeah, dude. Oh my goodness. I was just about to tell you. So the person who I just talked about who's at 42,000 now, he got a referral from this one individual, and for those who are watching, and that person's giving him it's between about 15 companies. They're all e-commerce companies, anywhere from about $2 million to $25 million in revenue that he has to go and just do the work for. So man, the e-commerce is a great niche if you know how to go and really target them, because no one really wants to do e-commerce because a lot of people are just really afraid of that niche. So if you can handle that niche, like there's so much room for you guys to grow there. But yeah, awesome. Do you help with marketing too, or only bookkeeping? Yeah, so Daphne, so we do it's more of like a 3-step, actually it's a 4-step process. So number 1 is really your pricing structure, so you know exactly what to charge because most people undercharge, and it's very, very sad to see that. Next thing is really marketing, so how to make sure you're getting not only a lot of leads, but really high quality leads. So you kind of always feel like you're in control, and the people are really, really into your frame. Meaning they don't try and jerk you around, they don't try and boss you around, they're just really, really friendly. Third thing is sales, so how to actually handle those consultations so that you can not only charge the higher price, but you always know exactly what to say and when to say it. Next thing is going to be, the fourth thing is about time, team, and systems. It's very self-explanatory. So how to make sure you can get to 12 grand a month while still having time to breathe and time for the different things that you like in your life. For example, for me, I like salsa dancing, bachata dancing. I started really taking more classes. I take about 2.5 classes per week now. So I do one on Tuesday evening, I do one on Saturday evening, and that's been really fun. But when I was back in corporate, I had less time than what I do now, which is kind of cool, but That's kind of a testament to the program. Vencia said hello, hello Vencia, hello Vencia. Vencia, if you could, send me a message. We gotta talk about how to up your profile so you can start getting some clients. Monica said I would like to find someone to help out for e-commerce. Yeah, man. Monica, I'm ready for you when you are. I know we've been kind of playing. Oops, I almost ended the live video. I know we've been kind of playing tag for a little while, but book a call with me, man. We can help you at the very least. Like some people are like afraid of booking a call with me because they think that it's just gonna be like me just pressuring them into like doing the program. To be honest, man, like if someone's not ready to do the program, I just tell them, hey, you're not ready, because in order for this thing to really work, the person has to really be committed, right? Because all the students that you see where they go from like 0 to like 10K per month, they do it like in 2 months. It's because like for those 60 days, they just said, I don't care about anything else. Like they have a family, they have a job, they have some of them go to the gym at the same time, and they still make enough time to grow their business because that's really what they're focused on. And generally, it's very easy for them to join the program. I don't have to say like, hey, I don't have to do any kind of like closing or objection handling. It's just like they're just ready. And I probably could have a lot more mentorship students if I use more like, sales tactics of like objection handling and different things like that. But at this point, it's just like I'd rather take a smaller group of people, work really, really closely with them, ensure they can get to that $12,000, $15,000 per month mark, and then really just grow from there. Because to be honest, man, if I'd rather take probably 10 people to 100K a month than probably take 100 or 1,000 people to like, 2,000 a month, if that makes any sense to you guys. So you might as well get on board while you have like more of like direct access to me, because at the rate that we're growing and the rate that we are like getting these results based on like other mentors, other people I've seen in the coaching space, like this is kind of the point where they start blowing up. So if you want to get in while it's like really small and still intimate and still to the point where it's like, hey, I know your name. I know exactly what you're going through. I send you text messages. I can call you if you have like a discouraging moment. I can call you if you have like a big sales consultation coming up. Like this is the time. Like don't wait. Some people wait. Some people reach their dreams. Who are you gonna be? I would definitely connect with you. Awesome, Vencia. Awesome. So yeah, guys, so if you want that and you want to go and work with someone who's been where you're trying to go and help other people do the same, go ahead and click on the link inside of the description above the video. It's going to say, do you want results like this? Click this link to book a call with me. And I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your evening. Go take a deep breath. My cough is gone. Nice. See, serving you guys and helping you guys out really helps things out. What's my YouTube? Let me send it to you. It's called Virtual Accounting Strategies. Give me one sec. I'm in like the analytics right now, so I have to actually like pull it out real quick. Yeah, but like right now on that YouTube channel, in the past 2 months, we put up like 30 videos. Because I just get so many questions. I generally like will answer to the best of my ability. But it's kind of like right now I really want to make sure I can help you guys out, make sure you guys feel heard, and make sure you guys know exactly what you need to do to grow your business. So I'm just commenting my YouTube channel inside of the comment section because Caroline asked for it. Is it Caroline or Carolyn? Can I have... Boom. Cool, I'm just like replying to the comments. If I go silent, it's not because I'm like ignoring you. Carolyn. So was I saying it right? I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh man, guys. In that weird zone where it's like I'm coming out of the cold, but I'm still a little bit like wheezy and like kind of like having trouble breathing. The one kind of tip that I'll give to you guys too is like a lot of people don't know this, but when you're sick is actually the best time to do consultations and actually sell people into your accounting service. I closed in September. I closed $30,000 in a month in new business, while I had like the the illness that if we say the word of the illness, it'll actually demonetize the YouTube video, so I'm not going to say it. But the big C. And yeah, man. But it's because, like, when you're sick, you can focus more. Your energy is just a little bit more stable. You're not as nervous. You don't really care as much because you're just trying to get off the phone so you can go and, like, get healthy again. Awesome, guys. I'm going to get out of here. I do have to get going. So, great speaking to you. If you have any more questions, either put them inside of the chat below or just send me a message, and I'll get to you when I see them. Okay? Also, if you send me a message and I don't respond, it's generally because we're not friends yet. So send me a friend request so I can actually see your message, or else it just goes into each other's spam. So I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll see you on the call. Take it easy. Talk to you soon.